In this video tutorial, we'll be going over the setup portion of KanSched3. To begin, make sure you are logged in. Once you are logged in, click the green button that says Add a new field underneath your fields at the top of the page. You will then be directed to the setup page. At the top here, we can give our field a name. I'll go ahead and click that. For this purpose, I'll call it Video Tutorial, and then I'll click out. The next section on the setup page is the crop and growth information. By default, KanSched has the crop type as corn. If you need to change the crop type for your field, click the blue Choose a New Crop. From there, you will have a drop-down menu where you can choose from corn, cotton, grain sorghum, soybean, dry bean, sunflower, alfalfa, winter wheat, spring wheat. I'll stick with corn and then click Select this crop. Next, we have the emergence date. To change the emergence date, you can click on the date where a calendar will appear. I'll choose May 4th as emergence date for our corn. Next, we have the season length. To change that, click and highlight and use a keyboard to change it, or you can use up and down arrows on the right hand side. Next, we have the reference ET system, which either could be grass-based or alfalfa-based. Finally, in the crop and growth information section on the setup page, we have the different climate zones, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're not sure what field your climate zone is in, you can click the green question mark next to climate zone, where a screen will pop up and give different climate zones across Kansas, along with some descriptions about each one. Once you know what climate zone your field is in, you can scroll down and click Close. The next section on the setup page is the growth stage dates. We can see that emergence is May 4th, as we selected above. Next, we have the crop canopy exceeds 10% of the field area. Crop canopy cover exceeds 70-80% of the field area when the crop becomes mature and end of the growing season. These dates are projected by KanSched and can be changed if you desire. For example, if we need to change the 10% of the field area here from May 24th to May 26th, you can go ahead and click on the date, which will open the calendar. You can change it from there. You can also show the crop coefficients for each growing stage. The next section on the setup page is the soil layer and roots. By default, KanSched has a soil type as clay. However, if you need to change the soil type for your field, you can use a drop-down menu and choose from clay, silty clay loam, sandy clay loam, silt loam, fine sandy loam, loamy sand, and sand. For this example, we'll say our field is fine sandy loam. I'll select that and hit Add. From here, you can see that the fine sandy loam was added with the clay and split 50-50. However, our vertical profile is basically fine sandy loam, so I'll remove clay. KanSched will now have fine sandy loam as 100% of the profile. Generally speaking, your vertical profile in your field would be one soil type. However, if you have two different soil types, you can add another one. For example, we can add clay loam, where KanSched will split it 50-50. We can say roughly 80% is fine sandy loam and 20% is clay loam. Just note that if you add more than one soil type, the two numbers you add in here in the percentages would need to add up to be 100. At the bottom of the soil layers and roots section, we have the initial soil water, initial root depth, and the max root depth. We'll go ahead and change the initial soil water to about 80%. It is important to know your initial soil water in percentage, as it will help with the budget section of KanSched, which will be covered in the next video. The last section on the setup page is the advanced section, where we have MAD, which is a management allowed deficit, efficiency, and rainfall discount. To get more information about what each one of these mean, you can click the green question marks next to each one. Once you have finished your setup page, you can click Save, which will then direct you to the budget, which will be covered in the next video.